Do you want a travel tripod? Do you need a travel tripod? This tripod, the one to get, it can pan, ball mount can be removed. It's actually Arca-Swiss compatible. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3. Let's get into this video. We got a few things to talk about today in regards to my last video, the in-depth comparison of the travel tripod. Travel tripods are very good, very versatile. They're very lightweight, compact, and they don't take much room in the bag. For long hours of traveling, walking, and navigating countries and cities, you know, think about carrying 35 pounds on your back for 5 minutes, that's okay, but for 15 hours, it tends to take a toll. But anyways, I got this new cutting mat here. First things first, I'm going to open this cutting mat. This is a very nice mat. Thank you very much, Steph. They claim that these mats are self-healing. When you're using a cutting mat to cut certain things, wherever you end up cutting, because you need to make nice, precise lines, they self-heal. But anyways, that's about a cutting mat. Okay, from the last video, I have a series of tripods with me. I got your traditional tripods, a Photo, something that I've used for a very long time. I got the Peak Design carbon fiber one and non-carbon fiber aluminum one. I got the Ulanzi and Komod, let's just call it Conan, and I have the Heipi. We're going to be comparing that. I have two of the Heipi because I like buying things in pairs. This one has not yet been unboxed. To start off, I'll unbox this one first. Cool. All right. I'm probably going to go through common denominator feature of each individual tripod. I'm going to opinionate what I think is the best. If there's a feature of a tripod that sits above and beyond, then I will go through that too. But before I get into it, I do want to say I recently saw this vertical video from Tom Noski, and he said something that very resonated with me about recording video. If you're ever the type of person that's wanted to create your own content, but procrastinated and create content on your worst day. And why I think that's so important is because each day is a constant battle, right? Today, I wasn't feeling well. Today, I didn't want to record a video. Today, I really didn't want to do anything at all. Today, when I decided that I was going to record a video, I thought, well, maybe I should get a haircut first. You know, there's so many other things, especially in preparation to getting this video done, is like, what's my backdrop going to look like? What audio am I going to use? What light am I going to use? And, you know, setting all that stuff up. The point is, when you're ready to record your content on your worst day, you're just going to get it done no matter what. You know, some famous YouTubers say done is better than perfect. I teach that to people all the time, but I don't practice it myself. And I'm going to start practicing that myself because at the end of the day, it's the only way that this content's ever going to get done. All right, let's get into it. This was my very first tripod. I knew I needed it when I was going traveling. At the time, I couldn't afford the carbon fiber one. This is aluminum. It is a twist lock. So you twist it out like this and you pull it out. And this one has a center column. The center column can come out and attach to this leg here that has a foam handle and it can turn into a monopod. The ball head on here, which I can't show you, has a pan lock and a fine tune ball lock and then a normal tune ball lock. This is your very common tripod and they can go low like this. This one only has 2 steps and you can take the center column and reverse it to get to those low type macro shots when people like shooting flowers. At its girthiest, 10.5 inches. It's about 28 centimeters all around, but that's kind of basically it. Not much to it. This over here is the Peak Design tripod. This one's the carbon fiber one. You would notice this leg, instead of it being round, has a hexagonal structure, and the center column is smaller. The legs and the center column, they fold into each other to create a more compact in terms of girth. Same thing with the carbon fiber, except the legs are made out of carbon fiber. Everything else is relatively the same in the sense that, you know, this center column is probably aluminum. The difference between a design like this versus the Photo, the red one, is that this is a what they call clip lock versus a twist lock. I was never a big fan of the clip lock, but because this was that innovative design in terms of small, compact, and light, I decided that I was going to forgive the fact that I do not like a clip lock tripod, and I got it anyway. These are both the same. One's carbon fiber, the other one is aluminum. This one's definitely lighter than this one. I think it's a pound lighter. You can tell already that it's definitely smaller than your traditional tripod. Definitely shorter too. This is 8 inches all around, 20 centimeters all around. So big difference, especially when you're putting it in the side pocket of your bag. You know, big difference also in girth and weight as well. To be honest with you, they feel kind of the same. So if they are in close in weight, then it would be the compactness of this that is more important. The Ulanzi Komod collaboration tripod, as far as I know, came out after the Peak Design tripod. And you know, it doesn't really innovate as much. They're both carbon fiber. They both have center columns that are very small and triangular. But the difference, I guess, between the two in terms of the shape and size is that because the Ulanzi still has rounded legs versus this hexagonal leg. So this is also 20 centimeters and 8 inches, the same size. So really, you got to ask yourself, does the hexagonal leg structure versus the rounded leg structure really make a difference? This Ulanzi, as you can see, is a little bit taller. So now moving forward, what I'm thinking is the biggest difference is maybe not the compression of the legs or how small it is when the legs are closed in, but more so in the center column and the ball head, how the ball head's designed, because they all seem to be the same size. So the last one that I have to compare to that is the Heipi W28. Same as the last two, carbon fiber. It has a round leg versus a hexagonal one, but obviously you can see here there's a huge difference in the center column. So that's an innovative approach to this compact travel tripod design. Oh, this one is actually smaller by 1/2 inch, 19 centimeters. So that's got something going for it, but it does feel really good in the hands to hold because there's no gaps in between it. A better feel in terms of grip. Whereas this one, you can see that my hand doesn't get all the way around. It has this gap here versus this one, you can hold it and it also feels good in the hands to hold. Like you can have a firm grip. There's no gaps in between. I guess more point of contact. You know, out of all of them, this one is shorter than this one and this one is shorter than this one. So let's get into the center column design of each one. Peak Design carbon fiber. The legs have 2 stages. That's what 2 stages looks like when it's down on the ground. You can always take this center column off and have it lower to the ground. Go into here and use an Allen key and take that off. That unscrews this part to this part. And then you can use this base in this slot here and get it low to the ground. In terms of height, it's about 14.5 inches. It's about 14.5. The second stage and the first stage doesn't really make a difference unless you're actually taking apart the center column and removing this piece. So this twist knob allows you to move the center column up and down. What's cool about this is it has this little clip thing on the bottom, which actually allows you to hold this cell phone clip. Here is Arca-Swiss, and then it goes up and now you can mount your cell phone. You don't have to carry a cell phone clamp around with you. It's already tucked inside the center column here. But the biggest thing that I've noticed, which a lot of people aren't really happy with, is the ball mount design. Ball right here. 3 places where it actually clamps onto the ball. And how that gets tightened on the ball is using tightening gear thing here. That's great, and it does keep the ball tight when it's level, but where it really hurts is the fact that when you loosen it and you're trying to go sideways, you can only go sideways on one way. And having your Arca-Swiss here, maybe your camera's shooting this way, you know, it locks it to only have being this much rotatable. Now, to get away from that, what you need to do is take off your camera, move this up this way, and then move it to the next section here and then down, and you'll see that it has that give there. Kind of annoying. I mean, there's ways to get around it. I've noticed that on heavier rigs, especially with longer lens, maybe a 24-70. In the sideways mount, you gotta get this gear really tight or else it's gonna shift. And then to attach your camera to the mount, you would need an Arca-Swiss standard mount. What you gotta do is, this is the locking lever for the mount. So once it's in lock, you can't turn this down, but once it's unlocked, you can unclip it. And what you wanna do is you wanna unclip your mount, and now that's secure. This tripod was the first to come out with a new innovative travel compact design. It probably will still be great for me to use. I probably will never sell this or give it away. It depends how long it needs to sit on my shelf now that I have these other tripods that I can try out. But that's the Peak design. Moving on to the Ulanzi Komod. It looks like it does have 3 sections on your locking legs. How many times you want to get it a certain base because it's rugged, rocks or whatever, and you only have 2 leg positions. It's either very flat or very angular. This one has 3, that's a bonus for it. The difference in this one compared to the Peak design is this latching system that latches down and it's tucked in, and you can get it like really close to the center column there, which makes it feel tight and flush. The Peak design one has a ball, right? And this ball pushes against a bowed piece of metal that adds pressure onto the center column that keeps it in lock. Something to be concerned about, it's already broken right now. Like, it's supposed to click in and sit flush. This is a replacement piece. The fact that they have excellent customer service, broken piece, send a picture, give them your service tag or whatever, they'll send you a new piece right away. So I don't really want to complain about that, but it's kind of annoying. I really do like this Ulanzi and Komod lever system versus the little knob. The center column triangle, just like the other ones, allows it to compact. Down here, I think you get to twist it out. An Allen key. It's always nice to have an Allen key on hand. Though, I don't know how much torque you're going to be able to get with this in terms of tightening something. See this wiggle here? That's what you're going to get when that center column's not tight, unless you can actually heave on this, which this thing right here doesn't give you enough leverage. The Peak design does come with an Allen key, and it does come with a really good one that has a clamp or a clip here that allows you to clip the Allen key on here. One end is the larger hex and the other end is a smaller hex, but it's lost very easily, and that's why I don't have it right now. So this is a nice design. So can this center column come off? Oh, there you go. So that comes off. Not that much different than the Peak design tripod. You do have to take the ball mount and put it to the side to get access to it, just like the Peak design. It also has a hook here for carrying more weight bags. Peak design has the same thing. But let's take a look at the ball head now. So the ball head has this lever system I do like versus the twist of the Peak design. Seems very tight. For sideways mounting, instead of a tri like the Peak design one has, it has a bi, and so it can only go sideways this way and this way. But what's better than the Peak design is that it actually has a pan head. So in my opinion, this is better, innovative, than the Peak design one. So yeah, it would lock, and then you can go pan, and, you can get your vertical shot here in the direction that you want it to. And then once you have that on lock, then you're ready for your angle, which is definitely a plus in my opinion. But buyer beware, this ball head mount isn't Arca-Swiss compatible. You're going to need a proprietary piece of gear which comes with this tripod. I don't have that piece right here because I'm borrowing this tripod from a friend to do this review. The last thing you want to know is that you've bought a tripod like this and you're out on a shoot and you have all these Arca-Swiss mounts on all your devices, gear. It's not going to fit on this tripod, and this is the only tripod that you have. That's a big no-no for me because it should technically be an Arca-Swiss standard. So all in all, I like that, but we have one more tripod. Heipi, which is my newest addition to my tripod line. I am obsessed with tripods. It's not a good thing, trust me. This one is also a clip lock. Pretty nice. Let's see how many sections it has, because that's a nice feature of the Ulanzi. There's 1, 2, 3. So 3 sections here too. So if you haven't noticed, it's got a set of inner tripod legs so that you can take it off and create a tabletop tripod with it. So this twist lock here releases the tension on the center column, and then it allows this center column to move up and down. See how it was just gonna slide down there? What I thought was really cool about this when I first saw it, and I decided to buy 2 on a Kickstarter, was that you can take this right out. If your camera's on here already, right, you can take it off and you can get just as low as the second stage on this one. You can get it even lower. This is the first stage, and this is the third stage, to get that low angle macro shot. And it acts as a second tripod, a low tripod, a tabletop tripod, without having to fandangle with the center column. 2 tripods in one. That's one cool feature that I really like about this. This one has a gear tension screw lock that is needed to be able to hold these 3 legs, which makes up its center columns. As we move up the tripod, we have this twist knob here, and this is the knob for the pan. Allows this ball head to pan. And what's cool is it has a clicking feature, and it has graduations here to tell you what your degrees are. If you can see that lever there, this lever releases the tension for your ball head. Twist it and unscrew it, and you've got a removable ball head that you can use anywhere else. Versatility. We can screw this ball head on here as well. Now we just got that much more versatility. The ball head is actually a big ball head. It's bigger than my Mi Photo, it's bigger than the Peak Design, and it's bigger than the Ulanzi. So that's super cool. How do you know if this lever with 180-degree feature will lock this ball head, especially with heavy payloads? But what's cool is it has a ratchet design where you can unclip that, move it further, and get more torque just to make sure that it's super tight, and then you can tuck it away. That's super cool. Now this isn't going nowhere. So this unlock feature, let's see how this works. Unlock, it stays there, clips. This can come out, your camera can come out. You can change your lens or whatever, or do whatever you need. And then once you put it back in, it clips. Definitely a few cool features on this tripod that has already existed all the way to the top. Level head, which is nice. Let's test to see if any of the other Arca-Swiss will fit on that. Let's try the DJI Arca-Swiss. Clip, there, it's great. Now unlock, let's try Crazy Legs. Clip, unlock. Let's try this very old one that I got with another tripod. In, and there, that one's locked too. So Arca-Swiss standard, yeah. It doesn't have an Allen key feature here, but it did come with 3 Allen keys. That's in the envelope there, because I did that in my last unboxing. I'm noticing here is there's something here too. It's a cell phone mount that's hidden inside this ball head. From the top of the mount to the ball, we got about 3 inches. Holds inside of it a telescopic cell phone mount. Just like the Peak Design, it's not tucked underneath, but it's installed inside that ball head. How cool is that? The Ulanzi doesn't have one. The Ulanzi has an Allen key down here. Let's try my cell phone there. So there's that, right inside the ball mount. You got 3 travel tripods here. The first one to come out to the market, the second one, and a third one. This one was basically the front runner to innovative tripods that are travel friendly. Compact girth all together, but what the differences are all in the ball heads and the hardware that's underneath. This one's a little bit shorter than this one, that's a little bit shorter than this one. Do the design features on this one outweigh this one? In my opinion, yes it does. Do the design features on this one outweigh this one? In my opinion, yes it does. Is it worth the extra height? In my opinion, yes it does, because the versatility of the Arca-Swiss mount, the ball head, the cell phone mount, the pan head, and the fact that there's a 2-in-1 tripod and the ball mount is compatible with other tripods, definitely has a lot more bonuses in my books compared to this one, which has a proprietary Arca-Swiss mount and more than this one in terms of its versatility. Do you want a travel tripod? Do you need a travel tripod? And if you're looking for a travel tripod, which one of these three are you going to buy? I've gone through the differences between them all, but in my opinion, this tripod, the one to get compared to the Ulanzi and the Peak Design. This tripod here has a lot of product features that these other ones don't. I was waiting to do this in-depth review. Now that I've done that, I definitely would like to bring this out on the field and test it out in a real world setting and maybe do another video for you guys when I've had some extensive testing done with it. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like the Heipi, the Ulanzi, or the Peak Design tripod? And if you're thinking about getting a travel tripod, let me know which one works out best for you. This one's definitely going to be my everyday driver, even though I don't use a tripod every day. Comment, like, and subscribe. We will come back with you guys with more videos, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.